It's amazing what a little fog or haze can do to spice up an image or video clip. Fortunately, you can create the effect quite easily now, and you don't have to rely on bulky machines that need to be plugged into a wall socket thanks to this, the LensGo Fog Machine. Fog machines can come in various shapes and sizes, but this is one of the most portable I've come across so far. Complete in a hard shell carry case and available in several models, the Smoke S is smaller, lighter and much less expensive than competing larger models. Yet it still performs like most users want, with various levels of control when it comes to smoke output. The unit itself is actually rather simple, when it comes to controls at least. With a metal and plastic construction, we have this matte black handle design that's rather chunky and easy to grip, yet is wide enough to freestand, which is important considering it can be operated completely remotely too. We'll come back to that in just a moment, but taking a closer look, at the very bottom we have a lanyard attachment point alongside a single USB-C port, used to charge the built-in 2550mAh battery, which takes around 3 hours to fully charge, and lasts around 25 minutes if used continuously. While I appreciate that doesn't sound like very long, considering the high density of the smoke that this thing pumps out, you'll most likely be using this in short bursts, and throughout my testing battery life was not an issue. Anyways, moving up, alongside some branding, we have the main controls, namely a sliding power switch, and a single button used to start and stop the fogging process, as well as a bank of status LEDs just above. That's really all there is to it. The magic happens further up at the top end of the device, where we find the actual tank itself. In essence, the way this works is by heating some special fluid in the top end, and then pushing the smoke that's produced out of the top exit hole of the unit. So with that said, setting up for operation is fortunately an easy task too. We have several bottles of fluid in the package to get us started. This is special fluid formula which creates a dense vapor that resembles fog when it is subject to heat. So you do of course want to keep it out of direct sunlight and other heat sources. Anyways, a simple twist is all it takes to remove the top protective cap, revealing the oil tank itself. Now this is a replaceable part, should it ever need replacing in the first instance, but it does come loose by simply unscrewing from the base, which is also a great way to perform some basic maintenance should the need ever arise, as well as ensuring the external tank surface is completely dry. So with it securely back in place, remove the rubber cap at the top and proceed to fill with the provided fluid. After which it's important to seal the tank as quickly as possible. The small amount of air in the tank is perfectly fine, but it's recommended not to expose the fluid to external air for long amounts of time unnecessarily, since it will end up absorbing moisture from the air and deteriorate the effects of the fluid. So with that done, reinstall the protective heat shield cap. The actual internal tank does get hot during use, considering we're using heat to generate the fog, so it's important to reinstall the protective cap to avoid any injury. Note that when topping up with more fluid, it is advised to let the unit sit for around 5 minutes before use. From here, using the device is as simple as powering on, with a double press of the single button activating the thick stream of fog, and a single press to stop operation. It really is as simple as that, and it's pretty instant too, with no heating or waiting time at all. The unit produces a high quality film grade mist which is completely odour free, and the fog hangs around for a while too, with LensGo claiming it has twice as long as the ordinary mist machine condensation time. To take things a step further, we have several accessories included in the package for manipulating the fog effect too. A small extension tube, which simply push fits into the top cap, as well as an angled tube for pushing the fog into awkward spaces. There's a flexible silicone tube as well. These can be used to direct and angle the fog in whichever direction you choose in order to get the desired effect, and they all work perfectly well. Note that with continuous use you may find that some of the fluid is spit out of the top. This is normal, so it's advised to use one of the included extensions in order to prevent any fluid being spit onto the subject area. In addition to the tube extensions, we also have two accessories that manipulate the smoke effect. A high pressure nozzle which condenses the fog through a narrow opening, giving an incense burning style result, and a very useful foam filter, which can be installed and used in order to lay down a layer of fog on a surface, giving a result similar to dry ice. What is really handy though is the remote operation, thanks to a small remote control unit that's included with the package. This provides the ability to place the main fog machine unit hidden in a desired location and operate the fog effect with the tap of a remote button at up to 10 meters away from the device itself. A seriously useful feature that works wonderfully well. With a tank size of 12 milliliters, the unit can cover a large area of 20 cubic meters in just 1 minute. Although I see this as an ideal unit for more confined videography or specially photography. The fluid tank is clear, so it's nice and easy to keep a check on the oil capacity remaining, as it's important to never let it run down too low, and especially not dry. While the system can be used continuously, it will automatically shut down every 10 minutes in order to provide a prompt for you to check the tank capacity and ensure it's okay to proceed. Saying that, it is recommended to stop spraying for 2 seconds after every 3 minutes of use to avoid overheating, although with the density of the fog produced, I found for my uses just a few seconds of operation were more than enough to get the desired effect. So, all in all, while this device may offer less customization and battery life than some of the competition, it makes up for it with a smaller and lighter exterior, yet still produces a similar high fog output. It's also much more reasonably priced for people who want that pro-level haze look without the pro-level cost. The bundled accessories provide the ability to create some cool effects depending upon your shooting scenario, and with little to no setup or warm-up time, if you're after that good-looking fog or steam effect to take your projects to the next level, this is certainly a unit you'll want to consider.